If you want to speed up your time tracking in ClickUp, I have the perfect solution for you. All you'll have to do is download my Google Chrome extension, Save to ClickUp. It's available in the Chrome Web Store, but also on Firefox and Microsoft Edge if you want to. And from there, I'm going to show you the magic of how you can start and stop the ClickUp timer if you open up a task, as you can see right here. Web agency project is open, the timer has started, and if I close it, it stops it. All you have to do to set that up is download Save to ClickUp and click the Google Chrome extension. And from there, it will prompt you to pick your workspace, your list, and it will show you this screen where you have three features: creating tasks, saving web pages, and tracking time. I've already talked about creating a task and saving web pages in my previous video, but this is to showcase you this brand new feature called time tracking and automated time tracking. So you have two options right here. You can track time on a task that you have in ClickUp from any context manually. Say you're online, you're browsing, and you want to log time on a task in the list Wayne Enterprises. All you have to do is look up that list in the search bar, and then it will redirect you to the time tracking feature. So if you're anywhere on a website, browsing, scrolling for something, you can just open that up, pick the task that you want to track time on, and then you can start the time tracker, and it will log time once you want it. Even if you leave the add-on, for example, and if you browse or do anything, and you reopen it, it will recover the state where your timer was. And then you can add, for example, if it's bill time tracking by toggling this on, and you can also add what you're working on. So you could say, for example, doing research about the Oscars. And then when I'm happy with it, I can just save my time tracking to ClickUp. So I've spent maybe 40 seconds or 2 hours or whichever time on doing research about the Oscars, and then click Save to ClickUp. What happens if I open that task in ClickUp is that I can see that I've spent that time in the track time field. So you can see that Ramzi has spent time here into doing research about the Oscars. It's billable time tracking, and it's about 1 minute. So it saved manually my time tracked on this task. But I have an even cooler feature. If you get back to Save to ClickUp and then go to the automated time tracking settings, I've turned on a few features. It's right here in the bottom in the panel of track time. And if you turn on start timer when opening a task, start timer on ClickUp inbox, and stop timer when closing a task, you're going to have automated time tracking feature working for you as you're in a ClickUp context. So I'm going to refresh my ClickUp page, and then I'm going to leave the screen and get into a client list, for example. These are different tasks that we are doing for a client, right? So if I were to want to track time on optimizing performance and accessibility, for example, I can just open up the task and it will start the timer automatically for me. And then from there, I can just go anywhere on my browser, do anything online, work on the client task. And if I get back to ClickUp, it's still tracking time, and it will only stop if I click the stop button, obviously, but also if I close the window, it will close the task and stop the time automatically for me. That's magic, and I'm excited about this feature because it can save you a lot of time if your team is using time tracking. Next thing you can do is get to your ClickUp inbox, and then say you have notifications about tasks. We're going to open up a task on which we have a notification, and then open up its panel right here. And as you can see, time tracking has started because I enabled time tracking on the ClickUp inbox. Now, if I've handled this task and I click clear, it will stop the timer from the previous task and will start a new one on the next task, and so on and so forth. So time is going to be logged as I'm going through my ClickUp inbox. So it makes time tracking much more accurate than people missing on having to click the play button and then the stop button, etc. You can clear your tasks, time tracking is going to be started. And if you want to disable that, you can always do it by getting back to Save to ClickUp, then going to the automated time tracking settings, and you can disable the start timer on ClickUp inbox feature and click Save Settings. If I click clear and move on to the next task, it will not do that anymore. As you can see, the timer has not started. So you can really fine tune what you want in the settings right here from Save to ClickUp. You can start your timers automatically, you can stop your timers automatically, and you can track time manually, as I've showed you before. So this makes Save to ClickUp a full-on assistant for your ClickUp workflow. And in my opinion, it's much snappier and faster than the official Google Chrome extension of ClickUp. So you can see it as an alternative. It lets you capture web pages, it lets you create tasks, and it lets you track time automatically. I hope this helps you out in your workflow. Save to ClickUp is free and you can access it from Google Chrome, Firefox, or Microsoft Edge. Thanks for watching, and if you have any feature suggestion, please leave a comment. I'll be happy to consider it as a feature for Save to ClickUp. Until then, stay productive.